I'd like to kind of get into like this year, 2025, especially with the music, especially with this, like, I think this core shift in the messaging. You know, let's talk about some of the records you dropped this year. And, kind of let the people know, like, what those records are, what the names are, like all the new stuff you're dropping this year and kind of your direction going into 2025, like moving forward. Like, what is your direction musically from 2025 moving forward?
So, excuse me. So, at the beginning of the year, we, the end of last year, beginning of this year, we started with City to the Back Roads.
Banger.
Great song.
Love it.
And it has such an incredible message because it cultivates this void that we sometimes have between these two different cultures, right? Like you got your country folks, and then you got your city slickers or whatever. And the message in that song is we can all be together.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of what we're missing in society, especially in America, is the unity.
Yeah, for sure.
I get that there's different groups, there's different beliefs. I get that, but
there's problems as well. Major
huge
problems.
Huge problems. But if there's one thing that we could agree on, it's that biologically we are all built.
Mm-hmm.
We're all built the same, similar, right? And so we all seek and need essential things, right? Love, affirmation, food, water, shelter. But the biggest thing that I like to hone in on is the fact that we all feel.
Mm.
And if we could set some of these other things aside, and this is a deeper side of that message, but if we could set some of those things aside and just understand that I see you as you are, not what you offer, I think that we could be in a better place. Next, we go with by grace. Ephesians 2:8. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith. That is my testimony, right? That is the grace God has shown me. And so in that song, it's kind of a more upbeat, lively song.
It's a banger.
That gives it kind of like even a kind of even like a rap feel. It has like a real, like kind of grungy rap feel to it. And what I was trying to portray in that song is, I can tell you about God's grace and still make it bump. You know what I mean? Like, and that's huge for me because I think a lot of people give Christian spiritual rap, that has that message, they give it a bad name because it's like, oh, well, that's soft or that's this and that's that. But, in reality, the music is the music.
Yeah.
So I wrote By Grace actually in 2024. I wrote and recorded it then. I just never dropped it. It was kind of just sitting there.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be a perfect way to start out, this new pathway that we're kind of moving towards. After that, we did So Good.
Yeah.
So Good talks about God's love, man. God's love that He's shown me, and I'm speaking for myself. And in all these songs, it's what He's doing in my life, right? He's taking me out of a place of depression, doubt, fear, anxiety, a place of hurt that a lot of times is self-imposed. But He has taken me out of that place and set me up on a new platform to where I can live free. And that's what I want people to realize. That's what I want people to see. I want them to see that it's not the end of the world. It's not our situations are huge, right? And there are situations that are way greater than mine
Mm-hmm.
that people go through in life that are very unfortunate. And you know, I show all sympathy to that.
Right.
And some things I just don't even understand. But one thing that I do understand is the fact that when I surrender my life to God, He can change my heart. He can change my heart. And everything that I've ever done in my entire life can be bagged up and thrown into the sea.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that I didn't do those things.
Right.
What it means is I'm not going to identify as that person anymore. I don't have to identify as my past. And He is so good for that. Um, and then do what you do. Shout out Clean Slate Music, my brother in Christ, man. Um, just a great individual to start off with. We kind of just met. I was listening to some of his music,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, I really like this guy.
Yeah.
And so we kind of linked up and we started talking and just started to kind of grow together.
Yeah.
And I actually recorded that song here at Atlanta Sound Factory.
Shout out.
Shout out Atlanta Sound Factory. Shout out EKS. And I didn't have a second verse for it. And I was like, in the booth, I went through some stuff and I was like, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. And so I told the engineer, I was like, look, man, let's leave this as it is. I'll keep the end open and we'll figure out something. And sure enough, God lined Clean Slate and I up, and man, he killed it.
Yeah, he slid on that.
He absolutely killed it. And so the message behind that song is, give me less of me.
Mm.
We get in the way of ourselves, right? And I've noticed throughout patterns in history that typically my only problem is me. Typically my only battle is the battle that I face in my head.
Mm.
I look in the mirror every single day and I have a choice. Am I going to conform to some of these thoughts, some of these narratives that I create in my mind? Or am I going to walk in the truth that I'm absolutely set free? And that's what that's about. Give me less of me, Lord. I don't want the things that my fleshly body, that the enemy may bring into my life. I don't want those things anymore for my life. I want what God has intended for my life. And that's, man, that song, the chorus alone, Lord, just give me less of me. Take me out the recipe. I give you what's left of me. Just do what you do.
Mm.
God, do what you do in all your greatness and all your glory. Do what you do and take it away from me. We've got a couple more that are a little bit more. They're a little bit more rap.
Yeah.
We've got Out the Ditch, and man, it's that song is it's a little bit more rap.
Yeah, for sure.
But it has kind of like that soul in the hook, that kind of almost like an old hymnal.
Mm.
And it's like, man, that song right there speaks of where I've came from, like the absolute lowest point in my life that I've been in, that I've been delivered out of. I still deal with things on a daily basis.
Of course.
I still do. Life is always going to life.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
What I have to stand on now, though, is the fact that when I'm doing life, I don't have to do it alone. And that is the greatest thing that I've ever experienced in my life. We've got another one that's dropping. It's going to be probably mid-June.
Yeah.
The song is actually untitled.
Oh, yeah. Well, These are things I'm not aware of. A new song being dropped. I wasn't told about this.
Yeah, it's untitled. I just haven't found the right title for it yet. The song is complete. It's absolutely complete, and it talks about, and we kind of talked about this earlier. It talks about my lips, what I'm saying, lining up with my feet, and how I'm walking, the path that I'm taking, the things that I'm doing. How am I living? Am I living exactly how I'm speaking? Am I walking the way that I tell people they should walk? Am I doing the things? Am I practicing what I preach?
Yeah.
Am I doing the things that I say others should do? And that's huge for me, man, because if my mouth doesn't line up with my feet, I'm invalid. Everything that I say is out the window. Because I have to be able to live the life. The proof that I'm growing is the fruit that I produce.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible talks about if a tree does not bear fruit, it should be cut down and thrown into the fire. A bad tree will not produce good fruit. So if I'm not walking, if I'm not being nurtured, if I'm not living that life, if I'm not in the Word every day, helping people, not looking for my own personal gain in every situation, but glorifying God in everything that I do, is my tree going to produce good fruit? And I believe the answer is no.
Yeah.
That's about as far as we've gotten right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's where we're at. Just to bring everyone up to speed on things and what we've been doing and working on, and